Hey everybody, it's Jameson Hapanenko here. I wanted to make this video today to first off say I want to apologize for the live hangout that I sent everybody emails out to the other night. I went to put the live hangout together and actually clicked the wrong button, and so I did a private hangout instead of a public hangout, and then I forgot to record it as well. So I haven't done them in a while, but surprise, surprise, you don't have to be a computer genius to actually be successful with this stuff. But anyhow, I wanted to apologize for that. So let's keep moving on here. I wanted to go over some of the information that I was going to go over with you the other night. Um, let's say in the agenda, I was going to go over more about EN. For all of you that are watching this, that realize what EN is, I'm going to use that throughout this presentation. That stands for Empower Network. And then if you went through my sales funnel, you basically were introduced to Empower Network. It shows you how you can make 100% commissions on an e-product that they give you rights to. And then I'm going to go through some news and I'm going to go through some training. So first off, let's go through Empower Network. I want to help you understand a little bit more about, why I chose to get on with Empower Network and to promote their products as my own products, and basically basically give you a full understanding of why, what's some of the news that I'm going to be getting into, why it's so important right now. So let's first start off by going through. I want to tell you just a little bit of a story about Apple computers. Because I believe that Empower Network is really the Apple computers of this whole niche that we're in right here. And it's kind of a hybrid niche. There's nobody's that really ever done anything like that before. So, it's the same thing with computers. There was really nobody doing what Apple was doing at the time. Apple started back in 1976, and it was Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak that actually started Apple computers. And basically what they did was they put this little box together, and they got it to go up on they got it to transfer to a screen. And so anyhow, what was interesting about Apple is that they grew as a company, and as they grew, they started bringing teams into the company, and the team started working on different parts of the company to actually help the company grow. And so, therefore they started coming out, at first they came out with different types of computers, and then they started coming out with the iPhone, they started coming out with, the iMac and the MacBook Pros and all kinds of cool stuff. But actually, the reason why I want to explain that is because Empower Network is kind of set up the same way. There's teams inside of Empower Network that actually work on different projects that make, the company more user-friendly and easy to use. And so, basically, that's what some of the news I'm going to be getting into is. You see, there's one of the teams inside Empower Network called iPass, and they actually joined with the Prosperity team to work on this one project together. And iPass 2 is coming out. It actually, we're going to have a launch meeting about iPass 2 actually this evening at about 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you pay attention to the time zones in there. But 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, there's going to be a launch meeting. And so what I want you to do is I'd like you to get I'd like you to really get in on this launch, because this is going to be what Apple was, basically for the computer industry. And like I want to say, when Apple first came out with their Macintosh in 1984, it took them about 8 years. They came out with the Macintosh, and the Macintosh was a really big, it was a game changer. Apple had just gone public in 1980. In 1984, it was a big game changer. So I want to tell you a little bit of a story of what happened with the Macintosh. Now the Macintosh, actually Steve Jobs, he was actually on this project called the Lisa project, and he wasn't doing good on the Lisa project. It was way behind schedule, and so since they had just gone public, 4 years prior, the team actually, they kicked him out of the Lisa project. The board members did. And so what happened was he went and thought, well, I'm going to go help out with the Macintosh project. And so in 1984 they came out with the Macintosh, and the Macintosh really revolutionized what Apple was doing in the industry. It really was awesome, thing that they actually came out with. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you a commercial on that, because it kind of all ties into what I'm talking about here. But really, guys, this is kind of what's happening right now in this industry, is that, you know, iPass2 is a team inside the industry, or inside Empower Network, that's coming out with like the first Macintosh. You know, it's going to change. It's going to change everything. It's going to change the way we look at computers. It's going to change the way, you know, it's going to change the way we look at this industry, just like the Macintosh changed the way they looked at computers. And so I thought that was a really cool point, because it's really important that you guys, you know, really get on this. So let's go into some of the news. Like I said, iPass has been working on this project for the last several years, and they finally got it done. And just like when the Macintosh first came out, they're behind schedule. You know, it took them an extra 4 or 5 months actually to get this system out around Empower. And so basically, you guys are in for a really awesome treat. So that's the news that I wanted to share with you, is that the launch meeting is tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time, so make sure you get on that. But in order to get on that, guys, you need to do a couple things. Now, I've got my computer open here, and basically what I need you to do is, this video is going to be in a blog post, and underneath that blog post, I want you to go to, it's iPass2free.com / actually, this is the launch one here. So you're going to actually go to the iPassFree.com, and the link is going to be below this. Just go to the iPass2 Free and go ahead and get your account set up. Now, you can see down here it says that you can create a 100% free account, a total of $147 value. Right now, they're giving this away for free. This is also part of the news I wanted to share with you, because before they launch, they want to get as many people into the system as they can, and you know, you're not going to have to pay a dime for this. So it's really cool stuff. But however, you need to have your Empower Network account set up. So even if you just get in at the $25 level, I always recommend you get in higher, because usually the Inner Circle sells almost right away when people come in. So I'd recommend getting the Inner Circle, and then the other products do sell as well too, especially with the new stuff that they've come out with. So basically, I'd recommend going in, get your iPass2 account set up first. Once you get your iPass2 account set up, it's actually going to take you through and tell you to go ahead and get your Empower Network account set up. Now, your Empower Network account, it's going to cost you $25 to get it set up, and it's going to get you a blogging system. And with that blogging system, you're basically going to be able to go through and write blogs. Now, a lot of people don't care to write blogs. There's a certain percentage out there that just don't get into blogging. But I'll tell you what, guys, the more you learn about this, you're going to realize that blogging is pretty cool stuff. So anyhow, what I want you to do, though, is once you get your Empower Network account set up, you're going to need to get your merchant account set up as well. And the merchant account, there's an affiliate fee that they call it, and it's a $19 affiliate fee. They're going to charge you $19 a month, but then, like I said in my other video through my sales funnel, is that you can sell this system over and over and over again, you know, to make residual income off of it. And then you can sell the upper products as well too. If you buy those upper products, you can start selling those as well. So here's what I want to do is, we went through the news. Now I want to go through the training. Now, the training part of this is, once you get your Empower Network account set up, I want you to actually go in. I want you to write your first blog post. And it doesn't have to be real long. What you can do is you can actually go in and I'm going to put the link down here to the How My System Works blog post. I believe it's, anyhow, I'm going to put the link down there for you to check that out, because what I did was I basically was I was qualifying people. And so I want you to do the same thing. But I want to share with you one more story, and this story is about Apple too. You can tell I've been researching Steve Jobs. One of my recommendations as coaching to my clients is that you pick somebody that really inspires you. And Steve Jobs just totally inspires me, because of Apple's just was amazing, you know, and it still is. But I want one of my coaching assignments, pick somebody that inspires you and study them for a month straight, and that's going to it's going to start making you think like they think. So anyhow, it's a really great way to get a mentor, and you know, on top of our mentorship. But anyhow, what I want you to do is write a blog post on why you're doing this. You know, why you decided to get into this in the first place. You know, maybe you want more time with your kids. It's not really the money aspect, because really it's the money. We're only doing things to get money because of what the money can get us. Now I want you to write, you know, what it's actually going to get you. You know, and I want to share one more story. Like I said about Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs was actually looking for somebody to come in and help him market the company. And he noticed a guy in the industry by the name of John Scully. And John Scully was actually in charge. He was the executive over at Pepsi, in charge of their marketing at Pepsi. And so he went and met with John Scully, and what he told John at the end of their meeting, he told him, John, do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life, or do you want to come with me and change the world? So I want you to incorporate a little bit of that in there too. You could even use that as your title for your blog post. Do you want to do what you're doing for the rest of your life, or do you want to come with me and change the world? Because really, guys, that's what this is doing. The more you actually start looking into what we're doing here and what we've got going on, we're changing the world. Because right now there's economic hardships all over the place. Before the information age came about, the information age, they say that what marked the information age was the fall of the Berlin Wall. And so after that, the information age started to grow. But if you think about it, the information age has made it to where, for the first time in history, especially with Empower Network, for the first time in history, you can actually create an income from a couple $100 computer. You can do it from a computer. You can even use your phone, for instance, because we also have an app that you can tie right into the system for your phone. So for the first time in history, we actually have something that you can, we're training people how to make an income from a couple $100 laptop, something that would cost you a couple $100. When before the information age started, in the industrial age, when factories were made and people had to start businesses with large capital, with a big amount of capital, and they had to expect not making any money whatsoever, no profits in their business for, I've heard stories. People said, you need to have capital for the first 6 months. And then some people even say, well, you're not even going to make profit for the first 5 years. And I had a conventional business, and we were able to make profit a little bit quicker than that, but we had backers. We had people that backed us, that put $20,000 up as money that we needed, that we had to pay back. But what we're doing right now, you can get in at such a low price, and you can use a simple device to actually get to that next level. And so that's what I really want you to do. I want you to capture in that blog post why you're doing this, and why it's important to you. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take that blog post and make sure you follow the directions in there. But take the blog post. There's a fast start training once you get into Empower Network. Go ahead and take that blog post and put it on Facebook. And then once you get it on Facebook, I want you to do a promotional ad with it. It's called a boost. And on a personal page, you can boost a post for like $7. If you have a business page or something like that, you can put it on your business page, and you can get really targeted and boost it for $2, $3 if you want. But they limit it on your personal page to where you can only boost it for $7. But what I want you to do, like I said, go ahead, get your free account set up with iPass. Then go get your Empower Network account set up if you already don't have that set up. Make sure you have your affiliate account in there. It's going to cost you like $45. And then go ahead and write your first blog post. If you want to, go ahead and look at that first one I sent you when I first brought you in about how my system works. And it has a video on there, and then I put my own personal video. Now, I would urge you to either do your own video like I did, or just put some content in there. Just put some typed content in there. That's fine too. It's not going to make a big difference. It's as long as you're getting your message out there and people can understand. They can get your message. They can comprehend the message that you're trying to get across to them. So guys, that's what I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share with you that this is just huge. It really is. It's big because what we're doing here is changing the world. So you can either sit there and continue to do the same things you've always done and get the same results, or you can join people like me and many other thousands of people right now throughout not only this country but the world, and you can change the world. So think about that, guys. Go ahead and go take your next steps in there, and I'll be talking to you shortly. Make sure, one more thing, just make sure after you get in there, they're going to send you the information for the private meeting tonight, and it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's a launch meeting. It's going to bring you through the launch sequence of how we're going to do this launch. And guys, I can't stress enough how important it is to get in on a launch, because a launch is just massive, especially with some of the knowledge that I have and some of the team members that you're going to be getting in here with. The way the system's going to be working, they're going to put together an exact launch sequence. And so I'm going to also give you some of my tips, but I want you to follow the sequence that they give for you. And we're going to have some massive success with this thing. So like I promised, guys, at the end of this video, I wanted to show you this video that Steve Jobs came out with in 1984 when they launched the Macintosh. So check out this video and see what you think here. Let's make this big.
Today we celebrate the first glorious announcement of the information time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each one might bloom, secure from the pests of any contradictions. The walls is more powerful than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, but we provide them with their own refuge. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
So guys, I wanted to share that video with you. It's kind of funny. It was 1984 and now we're in 2014. It's what is that? 84, 94, 2004. That's 40 years ago. 40 years ago, guys. Think about that. Crazy stuff. But now you guys can take apart, look at that 40-year time span now, how much improvement there was throughout those 40 years, especially with teams working inside Apple to create the iPhone, the iPhone of what it is today. I mean, you see how there's more information in the iPhone, one of these, like this iPhone 5S, there's more information in there than there was in than that Macintosh when it first came out. You can do more things with that iPhone than you could do in the Macintosh. And that's the same way it's going to be with this. As we continue to move forward, there's going to be growth spurts. And right now, guys, this is a growth spurt. So I would encourage you to follow those steps I told you. Click the links below this video. Go ahead and get it set up free. Follow the other steps in the training. And we'll see you guys on the inside. And I'll be talking to you once you get signed up as a team member. I'll give you a free coaching call. I'll give you a call and see how everything's going. Talk to you guys soon.